Hello everybody, I am going to be taking you through a shorter, challenging power sequence today. It'll include a lot of twists and balance and a whole lot of fun. So we'll get started in child's pose. Resting the forehead down on the mat when you get there. And start to fill all the senses up. So first noticing the sounds around you. The distant sounds, the ones that are a little bit closer. And now the sensations in your body, the fingers on the mat. Noticing the taste in your mouth, the smell around you. Filling our mind with all these senses so that the mind becomes clear of everything else. On your next inhale, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more big breath in. Exhale, open and release. Make your way up into tabletop, shoulders on top of wrists, hips over knees. And on your inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. Exhale as you round the spine, pressing the earth away. Inhale, send the heart forward, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. This time, tuck the toes under, drop the belly for cow. And exhale as you round the spine, bring the knees to a hover. Inhale, set the knees down, gaze goes up. Exhale as you round, bring the knees to a hover. Taking a few more of these on your own breath. On your next inhale, come back to that neutral spine, untuck the toes. We'll send the right arm out in front of us like we're shaking somebody's hand, and left toes extend behind, squaring the hips down, lengthening from the heel all the way out through the right fingers. Breathe in. Exhale, hug knee into elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale once more. Exhale, palm down, knee down. Inhale, left arm reaches, right toes extend back behind you. Squeezing in the low belly, turning the right inner thigh up. On your exhale, bring elbow into knee. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, one last reach. Exhale, palm and knee find the mat. We'll tuck the toes under and lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing into the tops of the hands, and then moving up to the tops of the hips, lifting up towards the sky, and then down the backs of the legs as you breathe out, pressing the heels down and back. Starting to walk the hands back to meet the feet. We'll put a bend into that right knee, placing the right palm on the mat. Inhale that left arm up and open. And on your exhale, release it back down. Bend into the left knee, left palm plants. Inhale the right arm up. Twisting the chest open. Expansive from the bottom of the left hand out through the right fingertips. Exhale, back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, stand it up, reach up, high mountain, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand it up, reach up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Closing down the eyes, noticing all these senses once again. And clearing the mind even more from our busy daily lives. Setting an intention for your practice today. What do you want to grow on and expand on in your life? This precious gift that you're giving yourself. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, walk the hands out to high plank. Shifting forward on those toes, bringing the shoulders beyond the wrists. Feel a little stretch in the wrists. Low belly hugs in. And on your exhale, lower everything down to the mat. Untucking the toes, tops of the feet pressed down. And on your inhale, drawing the shoulders back, squeezing the quads up, pressing firmly into the palms. Exhale, release back down. Press up through tabletop or high plank. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze looks forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Stand it up, reach up. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Palms point down, step it back to high plank. We'll hover the right toes off of the mat. You can always drop down to the left knee. But you'll send the hips down as you take the heart up into this upward facing dog. High on the left toes, right foot is hovering. And exhale back into the high plank, hugging the knee in towards your nose. Inhale, right leg goes long, drop the hips. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, press up into high plank, knee into nose. We'll take 3 more. 2. And last one. Dial the left heel down and open up to a side plank. Left palm plants. Right arm extends overhead. You can do anything you want with this top leg. Maybe a little tree. You can stack the feet. You can always drop the left heel down. Stay for a breath, and as we lift the hips up. And exhale, right palm finds the mat. Step the right foot forward at the top of the mat. And then shifting the weight forward into a standing split on the right foot. And it's early on in the practice, so not going too deep just yet. Slowly feeling the back of the right leg open up. And as you start to notice these sensations, maybe you start to ease into it, soften into the hip just a bit more. And from this standing split, draw the left leg out to the left side of the room. So the leg will be parallel to the mat, feeling a nice sensation in the outer left hip. Holding and breathing here. Noticing the head drop down towards the top of your mat. Pressing through that left heel. And on your exhale, bring left foot to meet the right foot. Grabbing a hold of the big toe with your peace fingers of your right hand. Start to slowly rise up, pressing into the right foot, rising up into a standing twist. Left arm extends behind. And you can stay here with the left knee bent or straighten it out. Big toe hold with a twist. Pressing up and out of that right knee. Extending through the spine, out through the crown of the head. Maybe taking the gaze back behind you, towards those left fingers. Breathe in. And exhale, start to drop the left foot down to meet the right. And switching out the arms. So now left palm will plant, open it up into revolved half moon. Right arm extends overhead. Left heel is pressing back behind you. Squaring the hips down towards the mat, opening up the chest towards the right. Each inhale, you lengthen up and open, reaching for the sky. And exhale as you twist a little deeper. On your next exhale, start to bring the right hand down. We'll bring the left hand to the top of the right foot. So a little balance challenge. And maybe you peel the right arm up and open once more for this revolved half moon. Now start to bend the left knee, bringing it through the left arm and the right leg. And taking this right hand, grabbing a hold of the foot as it comes through, and slowly sitting back into a pistol squat with a big toe hold. So sitting up nice and tall, you can keep this left hand planted on the top of the right foot, or you can have it down out in front of you. Stay here as you feel the right foot plant into the mat, the right calf open, as the right quad strengthens. Sitting up tall, reaching the chest forward. One more breath in. And exhale, set the hips down into the mat. Keep this right foot planted, grabbing a hold of the back of the left leg, maybe that be the thigh, the shin, or the foot, and start to pull the left leg up and towards your face. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the left hamstring. And on your next exhale, releasing that grip, crossing the feet at the ankles, coming forward into tabletop, and then tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to the top. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Stand it up, high mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms plant, step it back to high plank. This time, left toes come to a hover in this high plank. And on your inhale, you'll drop the hips down, squeezing the shoulders together, upward facing dog. Again, you can always drop the right knee. And exhale, lifting the hips up so that they're the same level as the spine, hugging the left knee in. Inhale, left leg goes long, hips drop. Exhale, high plank, knee into nose. And we'll take 3 more. 2. And last one. Draw the right heel down towards the mat. Place the weight into that right hand and open up for a high side plank. Same options as before for where that left foot goes. Maybe up in the sky, placed on the inner right leg, just not on the knee. Rotate the chest up and open, squeeze the hips up. Big breath in. And exhale back to your high plank. And left foot steps to the top of the mat. Bring the weight into that left foot, shifting forward into standing split. Dropping the crown of the head low as the right foot slowly starts to get higher as you feel the left hamstring open up. With each exhale, you drop the crown of the head more towards the mat. And now draw the right leg out to the right side of the room, creating a 90-degree angle in between the legs, pressing through that right heel. Feeling the outer right glute turn on. Activate the entire right leg. Holding and strengthening. Releasing any tension you are finding in the face. And exhale, bring right foot down to meet the left. Grabbing a hold of the right foot with the left fingers. Slowly start to rise up to standing into a twist. Right arm extends behind. Right knee hugs up and in. And you can stay here with the bent knee or option to extend the right leg out long. Not sinking into the low back, but bringing awareness to the lower back as you visualize it opening up. Maybe take the gaze back to the right fingers. One breath in. And out. Start to drop the right foot down to the mat. And then come into this revolved half moon. Right palm plants, maybe on the right fingertips. Left arm extends overhead. Pressing through the right heel. Guiding that left hip back in space. Twist the chest open a little bit more. Reach higher with the left fingers. Breathe in. And placing the left fingers back on the mat. Taking the right hand, placing it on top of the left ankle. A little balance challenge. Stay here with the left fingers or open up for a revolved half moon once again. And on your exhale, start to bend into the right knee, bringing it between the right arm and the left leg. Sliding it through, grabbing a hold of it with the left hand. Sending the hips back and down into pistol squat. So hips are hovering. Left foot is the thing holding you up in this stance. You can release that grip with the right hand, maybe placing it on top of the right thigh. Sitting up tall, expansive through the chest. Gaze is just beyond the right toes. And exhale, sitting the hips back down. Left foot is planted. Pulling the right foot up towards your face, maybe wrapping around the thigh, the calf, or the foot. As you pull the right leg forward, also pull the chest forward. One breath in. And release, crossing at the ankles, planting into the palms, rolling into tabletop. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. And now we'll take that one breath per movement. Starting out with the standing split. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Standing split as you breathe in. Left leg goes out towards the left wall. Bring it down to meet the right foot, grabbing a hold of the big toes with the right hand and rise up into a twist. Extend the leg forward as you breathe in. Exhale, drop the left foot down to meet the right. Left palm plants as right fingertips open up for revolved half moon. And now drop the right hand down. Left hand comes to the top of the right foot. Open up once again. Guiding the left knee through the gates of the right leg and left arm. Grabbing a hold of the left toe, sitting back into pistol. Breathe in. Exhale, hips find the mat. Little hamstring stretch, one breath in. And exhale, crossing the ankles, rolling forward through tabletop. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, breathe in. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Standing split. Right heel rises. Guide the right heel out towards the right. And lower it down to meet the left, grabbing a hold of the right big toes. Rising up to a twist. Extending right leg out, breathe in. And exhale into revolved half moon. Right fingertips drop, left arm reaches up. Left palm finds the mat. Bring the right hand to the left foot. Open up the left arm towards the sky. Bend into the right knee, guiding it through the arm and leg, grabbing a hold of the foot with the left hand, sitting back into pistol as you breathe in, sitting up tall. Exhale, hips find the mat. One breath in as you straighten the right leg. And exhale, crossing at the ankles, planting the palm, stepping it back to your high plank. And now we'll take a little flow, lowering halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the gaze to the top. Exhale, step or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Come high into the toes and start to drop the hips down towards the heels into a toe squat. Bringing hands to your heart center. Twisting over to the right. So hooking that left elbow on the outside of the right leg. Keeping the knees nice and in line. And now you'll start to straighten into the legs, keeping high in those toes. And with this twist. So straighten into the legs, keeping everything the same. Twisting the chest open, open. Feeling the calves work. Drop the left heel to the mat and start to rise up, keeping this hook of the left elbow outside of the right knee, or maybe it's placed on top. Start to put the weight into the left foot, guiding this right knee up and in towards your chest. Another standing twist. And once you get to the top, you can release that bind. Sitting up tall from the left foot out through the crown of the head. And release the arms down. Start to kick the right heel back towards the glute, grabbing a hold of the right foot with the right hand. Coming into your dancer. Kicking the right heel up and back into space. Left fingers point forward. Breathing in. And exhale, slowly release right knee into chest. And coming into standing half lotus. Placing the top / the outside of the right foot on the inner left thigh, guiding that right knee down. And if that doesn't work, you can come into tree pose. Bringing hands to your heart center. And staying here with the left foot flat, or start to come up onto the toes. A little more calf work. A lot of work in the ankles. Sitting up tall, pulling in the belly. Exhale, release the left heel back down. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. And now coming into baby dancer, extending the right heel back behind you, not grabbing a hold of it, but extending the arms out, flying the arms back as the torso lifts up and down slightly. Finding a nice focus point to concentrate the gaze. On your next breath in, start to rise up, right knee into chest. And step the right foot down, but cross it over the left foot. So pinky toes may or may not touch. And then forward fold, drop the hands down, let the crown of the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release that bind. Drop down onto the big toes. Sitting the hips back into this toe squat. Bringing hands to heart center. Sitting up nice and tall. And now twisting over to the left. Right elbow hooks on the outside of the left quad. Expansive through the chest. And now start to straighten into the legs, high on those toes, not dropping the heels. Keeping the bind of this right elbow on the outside of the left leg. Deepening the breath if you've lost it. Now drop the right heel down. And bringing the left knee up and in towards your chest. Keeping the hook. And once you come to a straight spine, releasing that, twisting over towards the left side of the room. Pulling in the low belly, getting in one straight line with the body. Now release the hands down, kick the left heel back, grabbing a hold of the inside of the left foot. And make your way into your dancer, pressing the left heel up As you pull the chest up and forward. Slowly come out, left knee into chest. Coming into your half lotus or tree, if that's what you prefer. Bringing your hands to your heart. Relaxing the shoulders. On your inhale, lifting the heel up. Finding all the wiggles and balance challenges on this right foot. Staying for a breath in. Exhale, lower the right heel to the mat. Left knee comes into chest. Arms extend down into your baby dancer. Left heel kicks up. Arms fly back behind you as you feel the left glute work. Dorsiflexing the left foot. One more breath in. And bring left knee into chest. Crossing left foot on the outside of that right foot, so pinky toes come to touch. And exhale as you fold in, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, palms plant, uncross the feet, and step it back to high plank. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale as the tops of the feet root down, squeezing up and into the quads. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Coming into a seat. We'll extend the right leg out in front of us and come into a half lotus with the seated forward fold. So bringing the left foot to cross on top of the right thigh. Sitting up tall, and you can stay here if you enjoy this outer left hip stretch, or start to fold over on top of your right leg. And if this feels pretty good, option to take a half bind, wrapping the left arm around and reaching for the left toes. Inhale as you lift back up. Left leg extends long, right leg comes bent, placing right foot on the left quad. Sitting up tall as you breathe in. Exhale, start to fold over. Option for that bind with the right hand, wrapping around, grabbing a hold of that right foot. Inhale, rise up, legs extend long, and start to make your way down onto your back, hugging the knees in towards your chest, taking the feet up towards the sky. And you can stay in legs up the wall, or option to lift the hips up, placing the hands on the low back into shoulder stand. Playing around with the ankles, stretching them out, rolling them in circles. If you want to drop into plow pose, drop the feet behind the head. Coming out of plow pose, up to shoulder stand. Lowering the hips down to the mat. Hugging the knees in towards your chest. Arms go out to T. And on your exhale, drop the knees to the right. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. Inhale, come through center. And your exhale drops the knees to the left. Next inhale, bring everything back to neutral. Hugging the forehead to meet the knees. Giving yourself a big squeeze. And on your exhale, releasing the legs long. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And start to close down the eyes. And we'll start to become super mindful clearing the minds of nothing but all the senses we're taking in, drawing us into this moment right here and right now. Noticing the temperature on the skin, the sound of your breath, the sensations you're feeling up and down your body. Maybe what you're seeing behind the backs of your eyelids. Picturing your intention come to life. Your intention that is making your life richer, greater. Picture it right behind the eyes. And sitting with all of these senses filling your mind for the next few moments. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, feel free to pause the video. We'll start to bring awareness into the tips of the fingers and the toes. Take the arms overhead, full body stretch. And hug the knees in and roll on to your favorite side. And slowly pressing up into a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to your heart center. Sitting up tall, grounding through the sits bones. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. On your next inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, pull hands to heart center. I thank you so much for practicing with me today and wish you the best of days. Thank you and namaste.